Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming to HBO Max in 2021. Let's break down everything we know about the director's cut. Zack Snyder's DC movie Justice League went into production in April 2016, just a few weeks after his previous film Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice hit theaters. Justice League hit theaters 19 months later in November 2017, and it wasn't the movie that Snyder had started making. By that point, Snyder himself wasn't even involved. A family tragedy led him to leave the project after principal photography was completed. Joss Whedon was brought in for post-production and reshoots. The resulting movie had a mishmash of tones, strange editing decisions, mixed performances, and of course Henry Cavill's digitally removed mustache. And with extensive reshoots leading to a reported $300 million price tag, it failed to make enough of an impact financially, giving DC its first box office flop. And that's when the fan campaign for the release of Snyder's original version began. 2.5 years later, Zack Snyder's Justice League was officially announced. To say this was a surprise is an understatement, but it's happening. At DC Fandom, Snyder and the cast revealed more information about this new version of the film, plus the first trailer. Here's everything we know so far about Zack Snyder's Justice League. While it had been reported that Snyder had screened a rough cut to Warner execs before he departed the film, it wasn't until Justice League's release that rumors had appeared claiming it was much darker than what had hit theaters. The fan campaign to see Snyder's version of Justice League started almost as soon as the movie was released. A Change.org petition was launched. Within a week, it had hit over 100,000 signatures, and Release the Snyder Cut became a familiar Twitter hashtag. By Comic-Con 2019, the campaign reached such momentum that fans paid for billboard ads and airplane banners. In 2018, the filmmakers and cast themselves started to hint at the amount of Snyder shot footage that hadn't made it into the final film. Cyborg actor Ray Fisher said, quote, "I will say Zack had very specific plans for Cyborg and his trajectory, and Zack probably shot enough footage in the first film to make like 2 movies out of." If you've seen the final film, you'll know what little story time Cyborg actually gets. Kieran Hinz, who played Steppenwolf, was even more blunt, saying, "That wasn't the movie I worked so hard on. We hope the director's cut comes out because it was better than the movie in the theaters." Finally, Snyder himself started to share material that he had shot that had never made it into the movie, including photos and storyboards. In December 2019, he seemingly confirmed that his original cut existed. So what didn't we see? Reportedly, more time is spent on 3 characters that were new to the DCEU at that point: The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Snyder and other actors confirmed that a bunch of DC characters were cut from the final film, including Desaad, Atom, Iris West, and Martian Manhunter. In addition, Willem Dafoe filmed scenes as Vulko, but we wouldn't actually see him in that role until Aquaman a year later. Almost all of Superman's scenes in the theatrical version were shot by Whedon. Henry Cavill's digital lip is proof of this, so expect an entirely different performance in the director's cut, wearing his iconic black suit when he returns from the dead. There are also rumored to be big changes in the movie's final battle. And finally, an appearance from Darkseid, the DC villain who was first teased in Batman v Superman. In any case, it's clear that the theatrical version was vastly different to what was originally intended. In December 2019, original cinematographer Fabian Wagner stated that only 10% of the theatrical version included footage he filmed with Snyder. Since November last year, the movie's cast has become increasingly involved with the campaign. It's like they knew something was going on behind the scenes. Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck started using the infamous hashtag on Twitter, and then finally, Snyder himself confirmed that 2021 would see the release of his version of the movie, and that it would premiere on HBO Max. The biggest question is, of course, what will be released in 2021? Initially, Snyder simply stated that his new Justice League cut would be, quote, "an entirely new thing," compared to the rough, unfinished version that he first screened for executives back in early 2017. The Hollywood Reporter stated that Snyder and his wife Deborah would be, quote, "reassembling much of the original post-production crew to score, cut, add new and finish old visual effects, and that many of the cast plan to return to record new dialogue." DC Fandom revealed more details about the project. Initial speculation about the movie being split into parts proved correct when Snyder revealed that it would be presented on HBO Max in 4 separate chapters, with a total running time of 4 hours. However, there would also be an option to watch the whole thing as an unbroken 4-hour movie. As for international viewers unable to access HBO Max, the director stated that the studio is working on a distribution plan. A full trailer was also released during DC Fandom. The trailer is basically a montage of mostly new footage set to Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. It's clear that the tone is very different to the movie that was released in 2017, with a somber, serious vibe and lots of moody shots of the superheroes. There's also shots of Darkseid, lots more Cyborg footage, Superman in his black suit, a first look at Iris West, a villain that could be Darkseid's follower Desaad, and lots more. Check out our full trailer breakdown on GameSpot Universe. Furthermore, the Snyder Cut might have a new name. A new poster that appeared during fandom revealed that the new title might be Justice League: The Director's Cut. What are your hopes for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to GameSpot Universe for more DC videos.